Hey everyone, this is Mario again, coming at you with another movie review. Today I am reviewing a film from the 30s. It was directed by a man named Nick Grindy, and it stars the great Boris Karloff. It is The Man They Could Not Hang. Now, I heard of this movie a couple years ago thanks to James Rolfe's The Angry Video Game Nerds, the thing he does on his Cinemassacre page and on his channel. His Cinemassacre's Monster Madness. He reviewed this film one year. I don't remember exactly which year. I think it was his third year doing it. Third year, because last year was fourth year he did Camp Cult, and this year he's doing a sequel. Yeah, it was his third year. And I thought the film looked interesting. And I guess I forgot about it for a while, and then about a month ago I was looking through his older Monster Madness ones in preparation for his new one. I'm like, oh, this looks like one I might give it a watch. I've been wanting to. Now, the plot of this movie is that Boris Karloff plays a man named Dr. Henry Savard. He's a scientist who has developed this pump thing that, combined with this glass heart thing, can bring people back to life. What it does is they never fully explain it, how this thing is supposed to work, and I don't think in real life this thing would work, obviously, but in the context of the film, what it is, it's a pump that restarts the circulation of the bloodstream, so slowly it restarts your heart. And the whole gist of why he does this is so that, as he explains it later on in the movie, it's like you're comparing the human body to an engine. Whereas a human body, you have to work on it while it's on. That's like working on a car engine while it's on. It's kind of hard to do. Now imagine if you turn the human body off like you could an engine and work on it that way. People could live longer. Like, imagine Einstein living longer and giving the world better stuff. That's his whole justification for it. Well, at the beginning, he's preparing his first experiment with this device. He does kill this guy who volunteered for the procedure, I might add. And of course, it's all blown away by the fiancée of the guy, who goes to the police. They get there right when he was about to start the experiment to bring the guy back. And then they arrest him for murder. Even with the girl begging. That's like, when I watched that and I saw the girl begging, I'm like, lady, seriously, you're begging him, the officers, at least let him go through with the experiment? You could have just left him to do the experiment, and you could have been at the date the guy promised you. You freaking bitch. That's what I'm thinking of it. She is a bitch. And of course, as you can guess, Savard is taken to a courtroom, and for a while the movie does become like a court drama, like the nerd said it would. But I like court stuff, so it doesn't really drag the film down for me. And I find it interesting, especially when we see in the jury room. As you can guess, he's found guilty by the title, and he's hanged, but he donates his body to science, and because of that, his assistant uses the device to bring him back to life, and now he's after revenge, and the rest of the movie becomes a revenge flick. And it's done very well, and just the way that Boris says his lines once he's come back to life and is presenting himself to the people behind his court case, the prosecution, the jury, and the judge, just the way he says his lines, it's like, you could tell that he got them right where he wants them, and he's just suave and debonair, and still has that smile and the influctuations in his voice. You can tell that he has gone a little bit insane. Maybe it's because of the hanging thing, or maybe it's his lust for revenge, but he's not all there. Or at least part of him, a part of the old him is gone. And it's performances like this that I like Boris Karloff as an actor, and this is the first role I've seen of his outside of the Frankenstein films, and I could say I'm really happy that he did get a career after that. Although I will say it's kind of sad that when he was paired with Bela Lugosi a lot of the times that he got top billing and stuff, but from what I understand, they were good to see together, and I will actually be reviewing soon, once I can watch it through Netflix, a film that those two were in together. Now, the secondary actors, I'm not really familiar with a bunch of them. Lorraine Gray plays Boris's daughter in the movie. I'm going to see what... that name sounds a little familiar, but... she's actually still alive. She retired in the early 50s. Let's see if there's any other thing. I'm not familiar with any of these other movies. Oh, she was in the Captain America serials. Huh, that's kind of funny. And that's the only thing I'm familiar with. Robert Wilcox plays Scoop Foley. Let's see, he died in 55. He was married to someone named Diana Barrymore. I wonder if that's any relation to Drew Barrymore. Probably not. But let's. Hold on, wait a minute. That was interesting. Oh, wait a minute, it's a different Riverside. Oh, I thought it was mine. No. But anyway, all the actors I felt did a pretty good job. I mean, Boris is probably the only one that would be Oscar worthy, but they all did their jobs. I mean, all the jurors in the deliberation scene, you could really see that they all had mixed emotions about it. That they didn't want to send him to the gallows. Like even one of the jurors said something I probably would have said, but the man volunteered for it. I mean, that's what I personally would be going. How is it murder if the guy volunteered for it? The guy knew what was happening, and from what I heard, the device might have worked. Just because that one scientist said doesn't matter doesn't mean it doesn't work. I mean, scientists disagree about stuff like that all the time. Granted, then someone would probably say, oh, well, they won't bring it back. Yeah, but... Now, if you guys are interested in watching this movie, if you guys are a fan of it, I'm going to probably put a mega upload link in the description, because it... Frickin' phone! Always when I'm recording a review. Always, without fail. It's going to be funny if I'm doing a fan commentary one time and the phone goes off. Right when I'm about to say something important. That'd be funny. Now, as I was saying, I'm putting it in a mega upload link because it took me forever to find a copy of this movie to watch. I had to eventually go to a torrent, and it took forever to download. But now I got it. I'm keeping it on my external hard drive because, from what I understand, this has only been released on video twice. Once on VHS, and then once on the Icons of Horror Boris Karloff DVD that was released about 5 years ago, which I don't know how much that DVD is, and if it's really expensive, I'm probably not going to be able to get it. So I'm just going to stick with my AVI file for the time being. And like I said, if you want to give it a watch, it's not really that long of a movie. It's only about an hour and 4 minutes, and if you're a fan of Boris Karloff, it's worth at least one watch. And for what it is, it's a pretty interesting movie. I mean, it doesn't really become a horror movie until like the last third of the movie, I guess, because the first half is kind of like a science movie. First, middle part, toward a little bit of the middle part is kind of like a court movie, and then the last of it's a horror movie. But it builds up towards the final act, I guess you could say. And for how long the film is, it does a pretty good job. My rating for The Man They Could Not Hang is 4.5 out of 5 stars. Like I said, if you're a fan of Boris Karloff, I recommend the movie.